Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, this is Metin Hara from Turkey. I am an author, inspirational speaker, also a physical therapist. So I've been trying to help and guide the people through difficult situations and sicknesses, illnesses, diseases for 21 years. So it's been a long time, but I'm still learning. Hello everyone. It's wonderful to be here. I would like to take you through an experience. I would like you to raise your right hand and put it over your heart. And we will stay in silence for 5 seconds. Do you feel that heartbeat? And that is what we're all gonna talk about and listen about. The thing is, the biggest distance between two humans are prejudice. We tend to identify people, we tend to put labels on people among how they wear something. Either they are tall, they are short, they are fat, they are open, they are closed. Everything we tend to talk and think about, and we have this prejudice. We may know their names, we may even know their lives, but we do not know how the story goes. So everyone on this planet tries to belittle the hero within. The thing is, I will tell you something about my story. I was born with a genetic disease that my blood wouldn't clot. It's not hemophilia, it's much more deadlier than this because it's secret, you cannot identify it. So when I fell down from the internal bleeding, I was about to die. I had more than 1,000 allergies. I was allergic. I'm not talking about itching and scratching business. I'm talking about being hospitalized just because a sun ray touched my ear. I was allergic to spring, to horse shit. I was allergic to everything you can imagine. Sun cream and sun. So the life wasn't easy. The thing is, when I was 17, I saw my father become purple and fell down because of an internal bleeding. I jumped down somewhere and found the ambulance from the street. My father was saved. On the age of 18, I take a phone call. And suddenly, somebody in the other side of the line says, "Who are you? Are you a relative of this and that?" And I say, "Yes, I'm the son." And it was a police officer saying that your father had a vital car accident. The doctor says he's not going to live. You may come and get the body if you want. And I was shocked. And we got the body, we put him on intensive care. The doctors get out. They say, look, on intensive care, if they say, let's open the doors for visit, it's time to say goodbye. Anybody that had somebody in the intensive care, they will know it. And the doctor said, your father has less than 5% of living chance. And after that, my mom became cancer 5 times. My father had 2 car accidents and 1 cancer. So when I'm in the intensive care, in front of the intensive care, I did the first thing. Instinctively, I started self-pity. I started to cry. I said, oh, please help my mom, my dad, everything is going. And it was all crowded, all of our friends, the friends' fathers, moms, everybody was there. When the sun set, I was all alone. Nobody asked which papers I should sign. Where would I find the medicine? So I said, no more self-pity. It doesn't work. The second thing is the biggest bullshit of the Western world. Motivation. You know, you motivate yourself. You say, this, I'm going to success. Yes, it's going good. And just a nurse comes out of the room, just does this to me, bam, motivation is gone. Let me motivate you till every cell feels. You go out that door, you take a phone call, mommy's cancer. Where did the motivation go? Motivation only is a fairy tale of the sea when it's calm. When you need it, it just flees away. The third thing, the biggest thing I found was a different thing. From the age of 12, I started discovering the human abilities, how you could heal something, how to use the mind power, why we are living, why we have this heartbeat. And the third thing was very important. When my father woke up, he couldn't talk, he had the tracheostomy, he wrote, "You need to save me," to the doctors, because I have a family to look after. And I promised myself, I said, if the father and mom is saved, I'm going to pay it forward to every person I see on this planet.
How many books did you write?
I have 5 books which have been bestsellers. Other than that, I'm just trying to serve the people in a humble way and try to guide them through all these life situations.
What is goodness? How do we spread goodness?
Do you think goodness will win?
Actually, my 2 books, which are located over there, yellow and orange, are about acts of kindness and the goodness within. So what I learned about the goodness is not just a virtue that we put on another person and we feel great. We understood scientifically that if somebody does good to me, that feels great. But if I do the good deed, then I feel better. So it's not just a polite thing, it's not just kindness, but rather than it's an essential point of human life. We need to do good to feel better. So if you give a financial asset to anybody, the chemicals in the brain changes for a few hours. But if you sit with them, eat with them, spend time with them, put some compassion into the equation, then the biology changes for weeks. And that's pure science. So I believe that we are all living in a chaotic world, and I have hope that we can live in a different possibility, different world. And doing good is hoping that, but not just typing anything, not just wishful thinking, but putting the action on to create, to build such better world. I would like to take you on a journey which we will free your inner hero. Everything is all right? I want you to put your right hand over your heart. We will close our eyes, definitely not going out of the meditation. Eyes closed, we can start. We will take a journey to the past. You're in the old house of yours. These are the childhood times. The room may not seem so wealthy, but still, there's a nice vibe in the atmosphere. Everyone in your family is in the room. And you are a small child. Your dreams haven't been ripped off yet from your heart. You know that you can change the world. Instead of criticizing and judging people, you tend to love them. You haven't been taught to be a racist now. This little one holds the key to a different world. This little hero has the ambition. I want you to enter the room, find this little one, go and hug them. one's hand, and you will walk through the timeline of your life. Look, this is the first place you fell on your knees. You remember it hurt so much? The knees are fine. This is the first place you fell in love. You felt your heart shattered into pieces. You still love people. This is the place where you nearly gave up. You know, we kept going on. And open today's life of yours. And show it to the little one. We have succeeded, my friend. Nothing could take our love away. We can slowly open our eyes.
Your thoughts on science and spirituality, how they connect and differ.
The thing about is, I don't believe in numerology, I don't believe in a religious faction, I don't believe in wishful thinking. I'm pure science guy, which I've gone through medical school, became a physical therapist. So what I would say is, I believe that spirituality and science are not in the same time zone. So what we do spiritually has to be examined by science to create a better field approach and to get rid of all the superstitions. So I don't believe that our problems with our partners are caused by astronomical movements and astrological situations or coming from our past, from our ancestors, anything. I believe that we need to find the cause within so we have the solution. I understand that everything affects each other, but we cannot control them. So I believe science and spirituality are colliding again. That's great news. That's what I try to do. So in my seminars, in my books, there is not a single religious or any superstitious belief that I advise people to put in a daily basis, act in a daily basis so they would change their lives. The first thing I say is, it's forbidden to believe anything in this seminar. I don't want you to believe, because when spirituality comes from the belief system, then it lacks the connection with the truth. So anybody can believe anything. Anybody can believe that on the 22nd of this month, it's going to be an unlucky day. But it's not going to be. You took your umbrella when there is no rain, and you don't understand that when you open up the umbrella, the rain starts. It's not because you know it, but it's because you have created and manifested it. So I believe that also spirituality has to be cleansed through all these superstitions, because it's not a Buddhist belief, it's not a Hindu belief, it's not a Sufi belief, it's not for Middle East, it's not for United States, it's for all humanity. So I believe that science-based facts and a little bit of heart warmth would be great to approach all humanity and unite them into a simple breathing, simple act of kindness. Whatever religion you have, whatever background you have, we really do not care. Whatever sexual orientation you have, we do not care. I believe that we could unite through love, and we could work to rebuild a better world for everyone, for us, and for the kids because we may not see it, we may not fully experience it, but I believe that we are all connected, so whatever I do will affect generations. That's the responsibility I feel, and I believe that science should be open for new researches, which I have done through all myself also. The seminars that I gave has gone through research, and we know that it changes people's lives in the blood samples. That's a big thing. So I believe that spiritual people have the responsibility to put this in a scientific basis, but the science people also should be open-minded about this and to experiment and say that this works and this doesn't work. So I believe that both parties should collaborate and create a better field view.
Your thoughts on environmental issues such as climate change and global warming.
The thing is, I'm not a professional about it, but I'm a citizen of world. The first thing that I've done about the climate change is I became vegetarian like 21 years ago. It may sound so simple action in the United States, but in my environment, I didn't know any single person who had become vegetarian and who had known about the conscious living and trying to reduce the impact, reduce the damage that we do to this globe. So, for example, this shirt is probably 10 years old. I don't consume too much. I don't try to consume too much. And I believe that it's not only global warming. The thing that pisses me off is because global warming will melt all the ices and we will be under the water and everything, it really touches the quality of life. It really decreases the quality of life that we have. That's why we are concerned. We are not really concerned about other animals. We are not really concerned about the trees. But we know that we are all connected and we can never achieve a rejuvenating, joyful life by harming others. That's fascism. Good for the humankind, but extinction and slaughterhouse for all these animals and plants also. I believe that we could blend in a little bit gently. I believe that we could be co-hosts in this globe. And I believe that it's not really only global warming, but the environment is really crying out loud and we don't hear it. And that's a problem. That's ignorance. And I believe that whatever you believe, the reality will crush it. So the humankind needs to wake up. And as an individual, I believe that we could influence others and change several things in our lives.
Your thoughts on AI.
I believe that AI would be coming. I'm quite familiar with technology. I have a project which I created, which enables people to meditate with virtual reality and everything. I'm not a professional about it, but I'm also very interested, very into it. I believe that AI is going to come whatever we do. And also, we had traces of AI for the last 20 years. The automated mob machines, the automated phones, the Siris, the Google and everything, these were the first baby steps of AI. And it's inevitable. What I would recommend, what I would desire would be, is to create a technology which really doesn't ignore the soul, doesn't ignore the emotions, doesn't ignore the human contact, but collaborate it. We try to push away all the human emotions and put intelligence over there. But the world is not a good place because of pure intelligence. It's a good place because of love, because of emotions, because of flows, because of the will to learn new things, to experience reality. I created a VR meditation set, but I cannot tell you that you can find love in VR world. You cannot. You cannot find enough sexual pleasure in VR or digital media. No, you cannot. anything you eat, anything you experience through all senses stretches your mind to a different place, different dimensions. It can never go back. So I believe that AI should be used, not exploited, should be collaborated, should be cooperative, and I believe that AI will mimic our emotions but will not have the feeling, and that's the biggest thing for a short time maybe. But the thing is, I'm supportive of this. I believe that technology helps humankind, but the mentality that we put in our technology really makes our lives like hell. So I believe that this is inevitable, and let's try to cope with it. Let's try to find the best side through it. Social media, all the people are blaming for everything, but it has some positive effects also. It has opened the people's mind through world, and it created great content creators. It really got rid of the legacy media and everything. So we have positive and negative. We have pros and cons. And I believe that through strategically navigating, we would have a beneficial AI in our world.
Have you ever thought about Antarctica?
I've never visited there, so I base my thoughts purely on my experiments. I would love to visit. I would love to see what's going on there, and I hope that there will be a part in me that will be enlightened when I visit there.
And what do you think about birds?
Love them, love all the animals. I believe that not only the animals, because it's not only the neurological link, but all the beings are communicating with us, and we are all connected. If I inflict pain to a bird, I might think that there is no consequence. But yes, all the people who have hurt you have been hurt sometimes, and have been hurt sometime through another person which had been hurt. So somebody stabs the other and they bleed on you. Then you stab another, and this link and this blind circle creates a lower consciousness that we become brutal beings. So I believe that all the animals are great. I believe that we should cooperate with them, and they are essential to our ecosystem. So we should try not to exploit, but to cooperate with them.
Any last thoughts?
The environmental problems are going worse. So it's not about wishful thinking. I'm talking about action. That heartbeat creates the action. And you know, the people say, oh, Metin, I'm too realistic, you're too idealistic, the world cannot be changed. No, I tell everything backed up by science. You know how the world can change with small gestures, small actions, with a smile. I believe that any single person watching this has the will and has the backstory of the reason that they could change the world. There is a question, why question? So I have gone through my mom's cancer 8 times, my father was diagnosed cancer 2 times, 2 car accidents, all the things just collide, and it's a hellish scenario. And I knew that I couldn't inflict more pain. And if I inflicted pain, my pain wouldn't go. Maybe for a small time, maybe the illusion of the ego. But I understood that while I'm doing this, I'm really collaborating and healing my soul's wounds. So I chose this path to help people, to guide people, because what I really wanted for myself, I found a way to serve to the others. So I wanted awareness, happiness, friendship, connection. I try to provide them this. Thank you for everything. I hope this has been a small awareness time for you. I believe that we can all work together without even knowing each other. The world will be a better place. And I'm not the only one who has seen the dreams and who has hope. And I believe that everyone who's watching have dreamt of a better world. It's time to get into action.
goodness will win.
Thank you very much.